difficulty is kind of a divisive issue in video games. Some people love it, some people hate it. I freaking hate it. And it can be tough to define. I mean, there's difficulty derived from a game's design, which is to say it has great mechanics, great controls, happens to be tough as balls. And then there's difficulty derived from, well, other things. From bad controls, from bad mechanics, from bad design. And that's the kind of difficulty that makes Snake Rattle and Roll so difficult. So the first thing you need to know is, this is an NES game, which means it's going to invariably have its own little cult of internet defenders. But it's not just that, it's also an NES game developed by Rare, which means, holy crap, Tim Stamper, what the hell's wrong with you, Derek? This game's amazing! No, it's not. Thing plays like a flopping fish, dying in the sun, on a road covered in Crisco. Snake Rattle and Roll is a weird freaking game. Plays a snake that's only really a snake's head. Kind of a tough life, being only a snake head. So he just wants to grow a body, and to do that, he has to eat tiny spherical people who pop out of these statues, like Pez. Sounds like a real nice snake. Probably not selfish or horrific at all in his behavior. And those are the best kind of snakes, really. The nice ones, who spit out freaking legs. Anyway, the only thing that's stranger than the premise is the gameplay. This is an isometric platform game, similar to something like Marble Madness. Only in that game, the horribly slidey controls made sense. It was a freaking marble. This time it makes less sense. It also makes Snake Rattle and Roll one of the most frustrating NES games since Frustration came to Frustration Town. There are really three problems here. First, the snake slides all over the place. So you jump to a ledge and end up sliding right off, which is the worst. And two, this is an isometric game on a system with a D-pad. So not only are you sliding all over, but simply moving requires like conscious effort, let alone dealing with the awful physics. But third, and really the worst thing, this game requires uncompromising precision. And trying to do that, given the first two things, ugh. F you, Tim Stamper. You literally have to jump onto single tiles in this game. Not only that, you have to make the jumps with awful physics. Not only that, you have to change directions in midair. Like, are you kidding me? I have to jump around corners in an isometric NES game. I mean, the NES was notorious for having cruel game design, but this isn't even cruel. This is just... Are you kidding me? The things only get crueler, more cruel. That's a weird word. Anyway, you have to be a certain length to open the level's exit. So you can't afford to take damage or you lose your length. Well, you finally get to the exit, right? After all that ridiculous to the point that it's not even fun platforming. And no, the game drops some invisible anvils, which instantly takes away all your length. Now you have to go back and do it again, but oops, time's up. Game over. F you, Tim Stamper. This is one of those games that gets praised in retrospect. People love it. I have no freaking clue why. Bad controls, cheap design, terrible physics. If this were some new, retro-inspired Xbox indie game, people would hate it. Just because it's an old NES game, it gets praised. I don't get it. But I'm glad our friend Yannick from Montreal sent it, because now I get to see what all the fuss is about. It turns out the snake is a lie.